Goal, write metric quantities as a nice number without using a power of 10 or scientific notation. We like nice numbers, like ones, tens, hundreds, maybe thousands, but not so much numbers that are bigger than 1,000 or tenths or hundredths and so forth. In the British system, we have to change units like miles to feet to get nice numbers, but in the metric system, we can simply use the metric prefixes to do this. For example, let's say we want to change 14 or 14029 grams into a nice number. This is too big of a number, so the decimal place needs to go to the left. And so on the prefix bar, we want to go small, big, right to left, decimal place goes left. How many places? How about 3 places? So if we go from grams to kilogram, that would mean that we need to move the decimal place 3 places to the left. Or 14029 grams becomes instead 14.029 kilograms, a much nicer number. Example B, how about 0.00674 meters? Not a very nice number. To make this a nice number, the decimal place needs to go to the right. How many places? Well, 2 places to the right. We could do that from meters to centimeters, but that would be 6/10. Even nicer would be to go 3 places to the right, or from meters to millimeters. So that would mean that this becomes instead 6.74 millimeters. Goal, metric to metric area and volume conversion. One-dimensional units. But how do we do that for area and volume? To illustrate the process, we know that 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So this brings up the question, is 1 square meter equal to 100 square centimeters? Well, the answer is no, it's not. Let's see why. 1 square meter is 1 meter times 1 meter. Let's change this meter into centimeter. To do that, we multiply by a unity fraction, meaning that the numerator is equal to the denominator, since anything over itself is 1. Since the meter's in the numerator, we put 1 meter in the denominator. And so 1 meter is 100 centimeters. And so since 100 centimeters is 1 meter, 100 centimeters over a meter is a 1, or a unity fraction, just like we did before. But this only takes out 1 of the meters. There's another one. Got to do it again. So 1 meter is 100 centimeters. And so now all the meters are gone, and all that's left is centimeters times centimeters, or square centimeter. And so how many do we have? We have 100 times 100, or 10 to the 4th, or 10,000 square centimeters. So 1 square meter is not 100 square centimeters. 1 square meter is 10,000 square centimeters. What is the rule in general? For metric to metric area conversions, the decimal place goes twice as many places as on the prefix bar. Since area is length times width, and 10 times 10 is 100, and 100 times anything, the decimal place moves 2 places. For metric to metric volume conversions, the decimal place goes 3 times as many places as on the prefix bar. Since volume is length times width times height, and 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000, that means moving the decimal place 3 times as many places as on the metrics prefix bar. Let's do some examples. Example 1. 1 square centimeter is how many square millimeters? So, just like before, we start with centimeters, we go to millimeters. So we see that we're going from left to right, or big to small. The decimal place will go the right. And so if this were centimeters to millimeters, the decimal place would go 1 place to the right. But this is area. This is square centimeters to square millimeters. And so the decimal place goes 2 places to the right. Therefore, 1 square centimeters is 100, 2 places to the right. 100 square millimeters. Example 2, 34.6 cubic millimeters is how many cubic centimeters? We locate millimeters on the prefix bar. We locate centimeters. We see that we're going from right to left, or small to big. The decimal place will go to the left. How many places? If it were millimeters or centimeters, that would be one place to the left. But this is cubic millimeters to cubic centimeters, and so the decimal place will go 3 places to the left. So 34.6 cubic millimeters is equal to 0.0346 cubic centimeters. Example 3, 12 square meters is how many square centimeters? So we locate meters on the prefix bar. We locate centimeters, and so we see we're going from left to right, big to small, decimal place goes right. It would be 2 places to the right, but we're dealing with square meters and not meters. Therefore, 12 square meters is, we move the decimal place 2 times 2 or 4 places to the right. So is 12, right, 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 120,000 square centimeters. Let's change this meter into centimeters. So to do that, we multiply by a unity fraction, meaning that the numerator is equal to the denominator, since anything over itself is 1. So since the meter's in the numerator, we put 1 meter in the denominator. And so 1 meter is 100 centimeters. And so since 100 centimeters is 1 meter, 100 centimeters over a meter is a 1, or a unity fraction, just like we did before. But this only takes out 1 of the meters. There's another one, so we've got to do it again. So 1 meter is 100 centimeters. And so now all the meters are gone, and all that's left is centimeters times centimeters, or square centimeters. And so how many do we have? We have 100 times 100, or 10 to the 4th, or 10,000 square centimeters. So 1 meter is not 10 square centimeters, or 1 meter is not 100 square centimeters. 1 meter is 10,000 square centimeters. So what is the rule in general? For metric to metric, try that again. For metric to metric area conversions, the decimal place goes twice as many places as on the prefix bar. Since area is length times width, and 10 times 10 is 100, and 100 times anything, the decimal place moves 2 places. For metric to metric volume conversions, try that again. For metric to metric volume conversions, the decimal place goes 3 times as many places as on the prefix bar, since volume is length times width times height, and 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000, and that means moving the decimal place 3 places, 3 times as many places as on the metrics prefix bar. one-dimensional units. But how do we do that for area and volume? To illustrate the process, we know that 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So this brings up the question, is 1 square meter equal to 100 square centimeters? Well, the answer is no, it's not. Let's see why. So 1 square meter is not 100 square centimeters. 1 square meter is 10,000 square centimeters. 1, damn it. 1 square meter is 1 meter times 1 meter.